after we watched that movie, you guys were able to see what were some of the consequences of cyberbullying. That one was just one of the consequences, but of course there are other kinds of consequences that can happen because of cyberbullying. For instance, there are a lot of suicides because of that, because the kids are attacked so much and they cannot take it any longer. That's what happens. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to be working in groups. I have created the groups for you guys. And what you're going to do is create a digital poster in Cluster, which you guys have used that program before. I have created 4 groups with 6 people in each. And as you can see, there are 6 assignments. Remember that when we're working in groups, you guys need to work collaboratively. And it's important that you guys don't rely on other people to do all the work. Everyone has to do something in there. Okay? So just in general, I'm going to show you guys also because in another slide, because I want you guys to use as many web tools as possible. So the first assignment, you guys will have to research for statistics of abductions, which mean kidnaps, which is what happened to Susan, the girl from the movie. Also, you can do statistics of kidnaps or deaths due to cyberbullying, like I had said, suicides. And what you're going to do also, besides the statistics, you're going to give some examples of some stories that have happened because of that. Okay? Which sadly there are a lot. The second person will have to, you will create a timeline of the history of the internet. Okay? How has the internet changed from when it was created 30, 40 years ago, and how it became like a super useful tool, which is still a very useful tool, but how that usage became an abuse. Okay? And that's what you guys will have to research. Then you will also, another person will have to create a mind map relating the character counts values to cyberbullying. How would you apply each of the values to cyberbullying? Let me finish and then you can ask. Another person will have to create a list of rules on basic safety for students in the correct use of the internet. In there, you don't only have to apply internet safety, but also etiquette and how, in general, how to prevent cyberbullying. Okay? For number 5, show ways of cyberbullying, and I will explain in a few minutes. And then number 6, a message to the world about why we should stop cyberbullying. So the first thing you guys are going to do right now, because I already created the groups and I'm going to tell you who is in which group. The first thing that you're going to do, you decide whoever chooses any of these 3 is the one who's going to create the Google Doc. Okay? You're going to create a Google Doc that you're going to share with all of the people in your group and myself. In that Google Doc, you're going to write all of the names of the people in your group, and you're going to say what each person is doing. What is the assignment that each person is doing, and what is the web tool that that person is using. Once it's shared with all of you, all of the people in your group, what you're going to do is each person is responsible for, let's say, Juanesh is responsible for doing the Prezi. But what happens if Juanesh has a competition and he's going to be absent for 2 days or 3? It is the rest of the people in his group's responsibility to make sure that his part gets done. So let's say that he did, out of the 10 rules, he did 8. And then there's another class when he's gone. And you're only missing his part. So what you're going to do, you need to get into his Prezi to finish his rule. But how are you guys going to get into his Prezi if he's not at school?
Google Docs.
You're going to write in your Google Doc the information for all of the accounts of the web tools. Okay? You're going to write, if you're using a MindDomo, you create your account, and in your Google Doc, immediately you go ahead and you put the information that you use to create that account. And because you're going to be sharing it with the rest of your group, I suggest that you use a username and a password that is not the stuff that you use for everything else. So use a password that you can share with everyone else. Okay? Is that clear? So in the Google Doc, a list of all the members of the group, a list of all the assignments, and the information for all of the web tools that you're going to use. And very important also, very, very important, because we already, you guys mentioned that one of the abuses of the internet is plagiarism. In that Google Doc, you need to add all of the resources that you use. Okay? All the URLs of the web pages where you get the information from. And everyone, every single assignment, everyone needs to find a place where you get the information. You cannot just make it up. Okay? Got it?
Yes.
Questions?
No.